Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss with you a few questions that were shared with me by some of you guys from the progression test 2025, stage 8 progression test 2025, paper 2. All right. So the first question that I received over here was about rounding. So they're saying it to you here, circle all the numbers that when rounded to two decimal places, they give you 3.87. They give you 3.87 when rounded to two decimal places. If I check the first one over here, if I round it to two decimal places, it means I'm going to go to the 7 over here and I check the 7, the digit after it. If is it strong or weak? It is strong, mister. So the 7 goes up to 8. So 3.88, that's not what we want. So I'm not going to circle the first one. But the second one over here, look at the second digit after the decimal point. It's the 7. The digit after it is a 4, weak. So it's going to be the same, 3.87. So I'm going to circle this one. It is going to be 3.87 when rounded to two decimal places. 3.865 is going to be what? Look at the second digit here, 6. The second decimal place. Not the second digit, I'm sorry. The second decimal place. The digit after it is strong, so it's going to be 3.87. All right, the next question here, the next number, the second decimal place is 6. The digit after it is weak, so it remains a 3.86. And the last number is going to be 3.86 as well, because the digit after it is weak is going to stay the same, so it's 3.86. So the only two numbers that when rounded to two decimal places would give me 3.87 are only just this one and the other one over here. When you round them to two decimal places, they will be 3.87. The next question. All right, look at that. They're giving you a sequence and they're saying to you that it's named sequence A, 2, 5, 8, 11. So sequence A is what? 2, 5, 8, 11. Good. Sequence B, they're saying to you what? Double each term in sequence A to make sequence B. Each term in sequence A, double it. هيديلك sequence B. So double the 2, 4. Double the 5, 10. Double the 8, 16. Double the 11, 22. So that's sequence B. Sequence C, they're saying it to you. Add 2 to each term in sequence B to make sequence C. Yeah, in sequence B, add 2 to each term in sequence B, it will give you sequence C. And add 2 to the 4, 6. Add 2 to the 10, 12. Add 2 to the 16, 18. Add 2 to the 22, 24. All right, the last one over here, sequence D. They're saying to you, if you add sequence, if they're saying to you here, divide each term in sequence C by 3, it will give you sequence D. I'm sorry, just a second. I'm trying to charge the laptop. So here, sequence C is 6, 12, 18, 24. If I divide each term by 3, the saying to you, it will give you sequence D. So dividing here 6 by 3, it's going to give you 2. Dividing the 12 by 3 is going to give you 4. Dividing the 18 by 3 is going to give you a 6. Dividing the 24 by 3 is going to give you an 8. And this is sequence D. Is that it, mister? No. They got a few questions here about the term to term rule. So I need to find the term to term rule of each one of them. The term to term rule here is what? Add 3, add 3, add 3. Thank you. Here, add 2, add 2, sorry, add 6, add 6, add 6. Thank you. The next one, also add 6, add 6, add 6. The last one, add 2, add 2, add 2. Thank you. So the question here says the term to term rule for sequence D is add 2. So add, write it in words, add 2. The term to term rules are the same for sequences what and what? Sequence B and sequence C, a term to term rule in them are the same. So it's B and C. And this for this question. All right, the next question here is about the vector. So they're saying to you here that triangle A got translated to triangle B. So I'm going to move from A to B. Let's see about this. From A to B. What happened? A, let's take these two vertices. From A, it was -1. It went to -5. Moved 4 left. يبقى عندي -4. We're taking first to the X. The Y, what happened to the Y? It was a 5. It became a what? A 3. We're talking about this vertex, which became this vertex. So the 5 became a 3. So what happened to it? It went down 2. So negative 2. Again, the x went 4 left, negative 4. The y went 2 down, يبقى negative 2. That's it with this question. The next question is a little bit tricky, and it requires a lot of steps. All right, let's do it. Okay, so the thing that you hear, the diagram shows a field in the shape of two rectangles and a triangle. Here is a rectangle, another rectangle over here, and here is the triangle that they're talking about. Mia wants to cover the field with grass seed. Grass what? Seed. Okay, covering it means the area. Everything inside the field will be covered. So we're talking about the area. The singular grass seed is sold in 25 kilogram bags. يعني كل bag is how many kilograms? 25 kilograms. Well, 5 kilograms of grass covers 115 meters squared. كل 5 kilograms جوه الباك دول بيكفر 115 meters squared. Mia thinks she will need to buy 13 bags of grass seed. Show that Mia is not correct. يعني هما بيقول لك ان هي she is not correct. Show that she is not correct. طيب. The first thing that we need to do is to find أصلا. هو بيقول لك 5 kilograms covers 115 meters squared. 5 kilograms covers 115 meters squared. طب انا عايز اعرف الباج الواحده مثلا covers how much. One bag covers how much? Let's do this. I'm going to raise this one here. 5 kilograms covers 150 meters squared. يبقى 25 kilograms مستر تجيبني هو بيقول لك ان ال one bag is 25 kilograms. لو 5 kilograms covers 150 meters squared يبقى 25 kilograms اللي هي one bag covers how much? Okay, مستر 25 kilograms دي 5 times more. يبقى ال 25 كيلو جرامز covers 115 زي ال 5 كيلو جرامز بالظبط بس times 5 يا مستر which is 575. It's paper 2, you can use the calculator. يبقى one bag covers 575 meters squared. تاني, and repeat this part if you don't get it. The saying to you in the 5 kilograms covers 115 meters squared. يبقى 25 kilograms will cover how much? 25 kilograms اللي هي ال one bag will cover how much? زي ال 5 بالظبط يا مستر 115 بس it's 5 times more لأن 25 is 5 times more than 5 يبقى 115 meters squared multiplied by 5 هيديني الباج كاملة will cover how many meters squared يبقى one bag covers 575 meters squared. حلوة قوي. Good. كده we got in one bag covers 575 بس هي بتقول لك أنا عايز 13 bags. That's what she said. 13 bags. يبقى 13 bags will cover how many? 13 bags will cover 13 times 575. جبت منها مثلا 575. مش احنا لسه جايبين فوق ان ال one bag is 575. طب يبقى 13 bags how many? 575 times 13. 575 times 13 bags, which is going to be 7,475 meters squared. يعني 13 bags will cover 7,475 meters squared. ده اللي احنا عرفناه عن ال 13 bags. طب هو how many meters squared اصلا الفيلد is؟ كده محتاجين نلاقي الاريا بتاعت الفيلد ده. تاني كده كل اللي احنا عملناه بالريد ده بالريد pen عشان نعرف ال 13 bags will cover how many meters squared. If you're still confused in this part, you're not confused because you do not understand. لا, you might be confused من ال steps كتيرة. Repeat this part and you will get it the second time. Okay? So far we learned about how much or how many meters squared can be covered with 13 bags. Repeat it if you need to before we continue with the blue pen here. Good. Now I assume that you got how much can 13 bags cover؟ طيب how many meters squared is the whole field؟ عشان نعرف اصلا ال 13 bags هتبقى enough ولا مش enough. I'm gonna see the area of rectangle A with the area of rectangle B and the area of triangle C. طب ال area of rectangle A 105 متر times 50 105 times 50 which is 5250 meters squared. اهو دي ال area بتاعت A. Definitely what we have is enough for A. But is it enough for A و B و C? We'll see now. طيب rectangle B. Rectangle B بيقول لك ان هو 30 by, oh, how much is this or how far is this? How long is it going to be? Well, I know that all of this is 85. هو اللي قايل لي. و part of it, this part is 50. يبقى the other part is what? لو كل ده is 85 والpart ده بس is 50 يبقى the other part is, thank you, 35. يبقى هعمل 35 by 30 35 by 30 هيديني 1050 meters squared وهي دي الاريا بتاعت shape B. طيب shape C, how can I get it؟ الاريا بتاعته base times height divided by 2. فهعمل ايه؟ هعمل البيس اللي هو كام يا مستر البيس ده؟ هو قال لك ان دي اصلا لوحدها كده is 30 وكل ده is 105. يعني لما يبقى كل ده 105 و part of it is 30 يبقى what's the other part عشان نجيب البيس بتاع triangle 75 يبقى 75 times 35 over 2 كده base times height over 2 75 اللي هو الباقي بتاع ال 105 75 times 35 over 2 اداني 1312.5 meters squared ودي الاريا بتاعت التراينجل. يبقى احنا كده مثلا جبنا الاريا بتاعت rectangle 1 جبنا الاريا بتاعت rectangle 2 جبنا الاريا بتاعت التراينجل. add the three of them up هيديني كام؟ قلنا يا مستر definitely ال 13 bags are enough for area A. طب is it enough for area A and area B? If you add them up, yes, it's enough for area A and area B. But is it enough for the whole field? When you added the three of them up, لقينا ان احنا we need it's 7,612.5. So the 13 bags do not cover the 7,612.5 meters squared. They cover only 7,475. So this can be the statement that you write at the end. 13 bags cover only 7,475 meters squared, not 7,612.5 meters squared. This is the answer to this question. The last question that I received from you guys was about the wheel of a car that has a radius of 22.5 centimeters. So let's imagine that this is the wheel of the car, and it is saying to it has a radius of 22.5. They're saying to you the car travels 1.1 kilometers. خلينا نعملها بالسنتيمتر please. 1.1 kilometers multiply by 1000 هيخليها لك meters. 1100 meters بس multiplied by 100 عشان نعملها سنتيمتر هتبقى 110,000 centimeters. تمام؟ يعني عايزين نعرف السيركمفرنس بتاع الويل. The circumference of the wheel. We need to know it. Why يا مستر؟ لأن أنا عايز أعرف الأوتر لاين دوت طوله قد إيه. يعني if I extend لو فردت كده الويل ديت فردت الكاوتش ديت لو أنا فردتها if I just put it all the way flat this way if I make it flat this way how long is it going to be؟ ده circumference يا مستر. لو انا فردت السيركل دي هتبقى how long؟ ده circumference يا مستر. We need to find the circumference. So circumference equals 2 pi r. يبقى 2 times r times pi. r هو قال لي 22.5 يبقى 2 times 22.5 times باي هيديني 45 باي. كده احنا جبنا ايه؟ جبنا السيركمفرنس 45 باي سنتيمترز. طيب مستر، هو بيقول لك الكار ترافلز طلعناها 110,000 centimeters. يبقى how many turns is that؟ يبقى عايز اعرف 110,000 divided by this. عايز اشوف how many turns, how many wheels, how many wheels are there in 110,000، او how many turns الويل ديت لما تتفرد كده اهو طلعناها بكام؟ طلعناها ب 45 باي سنتيمترز. والترافل الديستنس كلها كانت قد ايه؟ كانت كلها 110,000 centimeters. فعايز اعرف how many turns which means like الويل ديت how many times will it turn لحد ما اخلص ال 110,000. يبقى هعمل 110,000 divided by ال length بتاعت الويل اللي هو ال circumference بتاع الويل. يبقى 110,000 divided by 45 باي هيطلع لي 778.09. وارقام تانية كتيرة اللي هي هو بيقول لك round it to the nearest whole number يبقى 778 turns. اوكي، الويل هتturn 778 times عشان تخلص الترافل بتاعتها كاملة اللي هي 110,000 centimeters. If you struggle with any question, please just make sure that you repeat that part again. Hopefully, inshallah, that you get it. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and good luck, inshallah, with your exam tomorrow.